Forgot to hit the live button. Lord have mercy.
Oh,
We done had
well.
all that good conversation. And
All right, I guess we got to
go
start
ahead.
over.
All right, I guess we
Go
got to
ahead,
start
Dana.
over.
So,
Go ahead, David.
so I'm looking. I'm like, why is it saying something? I said, why is it not saying anything? And then I looked. I thought I thought I hit it, and I didn't hit it. But anyway,
I'm sorry.
Baltimore. I really don't see them having to tweak a lot. You know what I'm saying? Now they're probably going to losing their defensive coordinator because I think he's going to Seattle. I think it's a done deal for him going to Seattle. So they'll probably bring another defensive coordinator. Wink Martindale is still out there, but I don't know. I'm not hearing his name. I'm not hearing a lot of his name. I'm not hearing his name a lot right now. I'm hearing a lot of young defensive coordinators going through the ranks. Like with the Rams, they lost Raheem Morris. And a lot of names they're saying they're talking about even bringing Stan Staley back, the defensive coordinator that was there before he went to the Chargers and messed that all up. So I don't know, where Baltimore's going to go with that, in essence of how they're going to bring back what they got, because they don't. To me, I'm saying to myself, they just got to draft well and keep some of the top free agents. If you look, if I'm in the Baltimore organization, I'm saying to them guys, we killed ourselves. We're the reason why we're not in the Super Bowl. Kansas City didn't do anything special. We messed up ourselves defensively. We got penalties and things of that nature.
So, another game next Sunday.
So it is what it is.
You're right. Baltimore will be playing next week.
We'll be playing next week
in the Pro Bowl.
In the Pro Bowl.
Anybody else got a comment on?
Really?
Anybody else got a comment on the Baltimore Kansas City game?
I do. I got something to say.
I got something to say.
Mm-hmm.
More trash.
Go ahead.
No, I ain't got nothing about Lamar. My whole thing is this. This was the first game I rooted for the Ravens. And y'all let me down. I didn't want to see Kansas City. In the Super Bowl because now they're gonna be talking about they're gonna be the next dynasty. We were the 70s. 49ers had the 80s. Cowboys had the 90s. Patriots had the 2000s, the 10s. Now they're gonna talk about the Chiefs got the 20s. Man, we need to break up these dynasties. Man. I'm tired of this. And they only got two players. It's only Patrick Mahomes.
Yo, and
you're reading Mahomes know what they doing.
But you know what's funny though is like they have look at Kelsey though. He had 12 catches? He broke Jerry Rice's record. Yeah, I don't know how many catches in the game.
120 yards.
How do you allow that to happen? You gotta make the other guys. You gotta make them other guys catch the football because we know that Kansas City has the wide receivers are the worst in the NFL as far as catching the balls. I'm telling you, man. If the NFL, you can see it all in that game.
You know what that was?
Go ahead, David.
You ready?
Yes.
Mahomes and Kelsey had a meeting. They were out with their girlfriends, telling them, like, look, man, it's only one way to go. You go through me. Now, if I'm covered, you try to throw it to him. But you look for me all the time and Pacheco. Other than that, you got to have faith in him at the time. And when you threw him, they stood their ground.
Hey, we got to talk about this.
We got to talk about this. Light coming on too.
But you know what, Dana?
But it's all about Mahomes and Kelsey.
But you know what, Dana?
And it's a 49ers play right. They should blow them out.
Rasheed Rice had the best play in the game. They got called back on a BS call. That was not holding.
May I speak on that?
Go ahead.
The reason why all of them, anybody call the ball, is because Baltimore's defense was bottled up
by that Kansas City offensive line.
Oh yeah,
there was so much space between Pat Mahomes and the defense.
Yeah, he had a lot of time.
Yeah, he was running around back here in the whole nine.
And you know what though? If you remember, like right before halftime, they said they're gonna change up and go to because they was playing the zone. I think they said they're gonna go to man. And when they went to man, the game changed for them defensively. It got better for them. So again, I'm saying to myself, what got you there is what you should be doing. I don't understand. This is my thing. I don't understand them playing zone, and the only person they got to throw the ball to was Kelsey, and the running back come out of the backfield. Them other guys was non and void. The one that's lined off sides, they made him inactive, and now he on social media talking about they lied about my injury. Man, no, nobody cares. You know, nobody cares about that right now. Nobody cares about that.
And he's still not playing in the Super Bowl.
But the second half, you turn it in to something different, and you allow your defense to keep you in the game. You allow your offense not to. Oh man, I'm telling you, it left a bad taste in my mouth because I'm sitting there saying to myself, why is he not running? Why is Lamar not going to run the football? I'm gonna tell you what this remind me of. I'm gonna tell you what this remind me of. When Kansas City played Tampa in the playoff in the Super Bowl, and Patrick Mahomes was quarterback, and they now grant you that they lost two of the offensive linemen. So why you don't implement some plays where Patrick Mahomes get a chance to run the football? They never did it, and they end up losing the game. That's what that reminded me of.
Right he had that number. He had an ankle issue.
Not against Tampa. He didn't.
Yes, he did.
When they lost to Tampa Bay.
Yeah, he got hurt in the Buffalo game.
Yeah, he got hurt. He had that ankle. He had that,
okay.
Ankle earlier.
Okay, yeah, you're right. But I'm just looking at the game, and I'm not a fan. I'm not a fan of either team, but it just made me think that the NFL is not a sport no more. It's entertainment, and when it's entertainment, Vegas has a say-so on who wins and who loses. That's the thing I don't like about sports, about football, NBA, and NFL, NBA, and MLB, where you can allow to be bet. You can bet on games. I don't like that at all. I know it's money. I know it puts money in Vegas' hands. It puts money in everybody's hands. It's. I just don't agree with it because again, I think you take the element out of there because you always look at it and you say to yourself, man, I wonder. You know, you always wonder. You always wonder about something. You know what I'm saying? And it kind of leaves a bad taste in your mouth when your team wins and you look and you gotta and you have to be realistic about it because I'm gonna give you, for example, being a Celtic fan, and we played the Lakers in '81, and Lakers were way better than Boston and more athletic, the whole 9 yards. The thing that changed that around was that when Kurt Rambis got clotheslined by Kevin McHale, that turned the whole series around.
Yep.
But the thing about it is, though,
yep.
at the end of it, I was like happy for them. I was happy that the Celtics won. But in the back of my mind, I'm like, yo, did we really win or did they fix this thing for us? You know what I'm saying? Was the game like? I'm gonna give you another example. I'm a Rams fan. The Rams played Cincinnati in the Super Bowl two or 3 years ago. The Rams win the game. They get down to the goal line and they throw all them penalty flags. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, yo, did we really win this game or did they give it to us? You know what I'm saying? So you're in the back of your mind, you have a little small taste of not really feeling like your team won, but your team did win. You know what I'm saying? And history will say that you won, but you as a fan, you saw it, and then you say, man, I don't even know. Did we really win this or not? Because now we have betting involved in all sports, and it makes it more. It's like going to the movies, man. You know that Johnny gonna come back from war, and he gonna get the girl. He gonna get the white picket fence, get the nice job, and he's gonna live happily ever after. And it should not be that way in sports. We should not already know who's gonna be at the end when the end comes.
Right. That's the thing.
Like, guys, think about this. When LeBron was in the East, we knew LeBron was going to the NBA Finals, and we knew they was playing the Golden State Warriors. It was just it was set in stone. You know what I'm saying? You had to go to the formalities to get there, but we already knew it. So there's no fun in it when it's no fun in it when you already know the situation, you know. And we kind of knew the situation going forward after Kansas City game, and even with the Detroit Lions and San Francisco 49ers. Like I said, I didn't really watch a lot of the second half because I thought that Detroit was going to win the game.
Sure.
But again, your coach.
Can I?
Go ahead.
Okay, so this is Tom Carell, aka the Birdman. You need to put some respect on his name. And that name is Brock Purdy. Put some respect on his name.
Wow, I second that.
Wow. Put some respect on his name.
Wow. Wow, I second that. If I had a best kids in the class, I get to pick all the athletes in the class.
So hold up. Give me a chance. Give me a chance. Give me a chance.
Go ahead.
All right. I'll bet.
We listen.
Okay, give me a chance. Can I speak?
Go ahead. You got a chance.
Okay. Go to two NFC championship games and a Super Bowl. Your first 2 years in the league. Nobody counted you for nothing because it was nothing relevant. And I heard something today where the guy on the radio said that everybody is a system player. From the point guard in the NBA to the quarterback in the NFL to the center in hockey, to the coaches. So everybody is a system player.
Okay, so let me ask you a question about that. So what elevates a all-star to a superstar if they're a system player?
Rings.
Say what?
I disagree.
You said
rings.
You said rings.
Tom Brady is the perfect example.
What example?
6 rings. 10 rings. 10 rings in their system.
And then he left that system. He left that system, went to Tampa Bay and won. So was the system or was it Tom Brady?
Right.
What else?
It was the system because they didn't play the plays that he ran in New England.
Oh, I disagree. Can I get a chance?
Go ahead.
Can I get a chance? So you might disagree. And everybody can agree or disagree on it. But the bottom line is, he's a winner.
And there's nothing wrong.
He goes from last pick to the Super Bowl.
Okay. And there's nothing wrong. There's nothing wrong.
Okay, let's speak on this.
Go ahead. Go ahead, Rich.
Okay. As a Niners fan, I'm a Niners fan. And the difference between Brock Purdy and Tom Brady is that Tom Brady went somewhere else and won. It wasn't Belichick's system that won in Tampa Bay. It was Tom Brady, right? But Brock to me is not like he's a system guy because this is the only system that we know he can play in. This is the only system he has played in the 2 seasons. And so I don't go with the system thing because it's the only one. Yesterday, Brock showed me that he can be a game changer when he got to be.
Can I ask one question on that?
Can I ask one question on that?
Let me just ask you one question.
Let me just ask you one question on that.
If that ball is intercepted, instead of caught by AU, and y'all don't win.
What's that?
How do you feel about Brock Purdy
today?
If that's an interception, that would be a second interception.
That would be a second interception.
Because that should have been an interception.
It wasn't an interception. It was a completed pass for 54 yards.
I asked you the question. You said, let me hear you out. You and the other guy talking about, let me hear you out. I'm asking you guys. That was an interception. That should have been an interception. It hit the guy in the helmet. It hit the defensive guy in the helmet. It didn't hit AU. That's a lucky play.
I'm gonna say this. Sometimes it's better be lucky than good. That's what I'm gonna say about that right there. And that's what that.
But that's not Brock Purdy. That's not Brock Purdy. That's a lucky play.
It was the haters club.
So
I'm not a hater.
No, nobody's a hater.
Who's the 49er haters club?
Ain't nobody hating right now. But we talking facts.
Oh yeah,
okay?
Yeah.
And the thing about it is
I got 6. I ain't gotta hate you. I ain't gotta hate you.
But this is the thing this is the thing. This is the thing. When Brock Purdy went out the game a couple weeks, and the backup quarterback got in the game, did he play well?
Darnold did okay. Defense. He's a veteran.
No. The question is, did he play well? Ain't nothing about no veteran. Did he play well?
Yeah, he did okay. No. He did okay.
He did okay.
Yeah.
Rich, did we not have this conversation before? Come get to it.
This conversation.
Me and Rich had this conversation before, and I said to him, the backup quarterback could be just as good as he could right now in that system that they run. That's why he's there. That's why everybody else gave up on him other than them. So he can run that same system, the same as Brock Purdy. I think the whole thing about it is, though, is that Brock Purdy is surrounded by athletes on the offense at the wide receiver spot, the tight end spot, at the running back spot. When he lost them players in those 3 games, everybody was talking about Brock Purdy as the best quarterback at that point in time. Right? My thing is, if you're going to be that quarterback, be that quarterback when your team is down and you can lift them up and win games. No, don't be the quarterback when you got all your tools in the tool shed and you're the best thing going. That's what I'm saying. That's all I'm saying.
He did it.
That's all I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Those 3 games, the 3 games he lost in a row, the 3 games he lost in a row, proved to me that he's a system quarterback. And the system that he runs for San Francisco is good for him. And the same thing for Sam Darnold. So if Sam Darnold was the quarterback right now, we could probably be having the same conversation about Sam Darnold.
Sam Darnold does not bring us back against Green Bay.
I'm not saying what he's going to do against Green Bay or anything like that. What I'm saying to you, and he proved it when he got an opportunity to play in a meaningful game, he drove him down and scored a touchdown. I said, wow, look at this.
No, he proved it in Cleveland.
He proved it in Cleveland.
He proved he was a good quarterback.
Yeah, he proved he was a good quarterback in Cleveland.
When he took him down the field. What you call it? The kicker just missed the kick.
The kicker just missed the kick.
He proved it to me then in Cleveland.
With no respect on it.
But then he turned around and loses the next 2 games, right? But then everybody wants to say, no, I'm talking about the 2 after two before Cleveland. Right. He loses those 2 games.
Right.
But now everybody wants to say, because he lost his left tackle, right? Everybody loses.
He lost his left tackle and number 1 wide receiver.
Right. So, but you still got McCaffrey. You had IU and you had Kittle.
Wait a minute. Let's talk about this. Wait a minute. Let's just kill this talk right now. Let's kill this talk right now. Name Tom Brady's left tackle.
Well, come
Silence.
on.
Silence. Because he didn't need a left tackle.
But that's my hope. That's my whole point. No, but that's my hope.
Name Tom Brady's number one wide receiver.
No, we're not doing that. But what I'm saying to you is this: but his point is valid, right? His point's valid though. But we're not going to do that. But my thing is right here: if you're going to be the man all the time, you got to be the man when you lose valuable pieces in the offense. That's what I'm saying. I'm not.
Can you name Tom Brady's number one wide receiver?
I don't know one. Other
than Randy Moss.
It's a little white dude, right? Oh, you talking about
Exactly. They were replacing. They were replacing.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter. Welker or whatever. But they weren't even number ones. They were slot wide receivers. His running backs made him.
But on them.
Number one was Deion Branch.
Oh yeah.
While he also played special teams.
But my thing, but my thing is this right here is, and I'm not taking nothing from Brock Purdy. And me and Richard had this conversation before. I'm not taking nothing away from him.
Go, Brock Purdy, go.
I'm not taking nothing away from him. But again, I've seen him play without those players, and he did not step up and win those games. That's all I'm saying. He needed all those pieces around him to win.
Won the last two.
Yeah, but he had all his pieces. He had all his tools. He had the hammer. He had the screwdriver. He had the nail.
What quarterback has not won a big game without their guns? Look, you know what? Don't even get into
Wait a minute. Wait a minute.
They're going into a game without their tackle.
Who are they playing in the Super Bowl who has no wide receivers?
Hey, Rich, let me say this to you. The Rams played without Cooper Kupp last year. It was 5-12. They missed. Their whole offensive line was beat up. They never had a starting offensive line at all last season. Yep. With that being said, Matt Stafford got hurt. This year, the offensive line was set.
Yeah. Lamar.
They had Cooper Kupp.
If we were talking about Lamar, everybody be all praising him.
About what? About winning?
If Lamar would have won yesterday.
Of course,
everybody would be praising him right now. Brock Purdy wins.
No,
we're not taking anything away from Brock Purdy.
But what you're not, you have your 49er blinders on. Nobody's dissing Brock Purdy. We're not nobody. You never heard me say Brock Purdy was not. No, you didn't hear me say. You didn't hear me say Brock Purdy was. No, he wasn't either. He just asked. He made a comment. We're just saying that if you got all your tools, if you have all your tools in the toolbox, you're gonna make a nice house. If you don't have all your tools in the toolbox,
like Lamar,
you're gonna miss something. You're gonna be missing something.
Like Lamar had all his tools, right?
But Lamar is not the reason why they lost that game.
Yeah,
Lamar is not the reason why they lost that game. No, I don't think he is the reason because the play calling was
an interception.
But I get the
that's my whole point. If Brock Purdy threw that interception, they don't win that game. Because that's the whole momentum change. If he intercepts that ball, that game is over for San Francisco.
Instead of real life, through completion. In real life,
I want to see the. I'm gonna look up the catch percentage on that. I'm gonna look at the check.
Well, I mean, we're not denying that. But again, like I said before, I'd rather be lucky than good, and they was lucky at that point. It's simple as that. Everybody, there's a luck in everything you do when it comes to sports. It's luck in it. You know, you're in the right position or you're in the wrong position. We can go back and say that nobody's hating, man. Ain't nobody hating. We speaking facts here. If Lamar Jackson don't get ankle tackle off the padded ball, he goes for a touchdown, right? That's a lucky play.
Right.
That would be a lucky play, right? That's all I'm saying. Sometimes I'd rather be lucky than good. It's simple as that. That play benefited that play benefited 49ers. But if you look at it and you say, well, we needed that type of play to get us to where we need to go to. Are we good yesterday? Are we really ready for this going forward? That's what I'm saying. Because sometimes you need luck. Sometimes you need luck on your side. And I'm not taking nothing away. I'm not taking nothing away from 49ers.
Brock Purdy loses. If Brock Purdy loses the Super Bowl, I bet you all the talk is, oh, I knew he couldn't do it.
No. Now there might be people that say that, but in essence, you can't because he got him to. You got him to. Well, you got he.
I want to say something.
Go ahead, Dana.
Brock Purdy is going to lose this game.
There we go. We're starting already.
But this is my thing. This is my thing with this
right
here.
Hold on.
I can't even give the man a chance.
He ain't never been there before. So they're going to present stuff to him that he ain't never seen
There
before.
are 73 people. There are 73 people on that team that's been there before.
NFC Championship.
Okay.
Did he say 73?
73?
Well, to the Super Bowl.
Yeah, but again, ain't nobody's hating, right? But I appreciated that he's the last pick. I mean, and what he's doing is great because the thing about it is he's in the system. He's in the system that works for him. And there's nothing wrong with that. But at the same token, I'm gonna say this again. Sam Darnold could probably be doing the same thing he's doing because Sam Darnold can run that same type of offense.
Sam could, and Sam would be.
Sam came near. Sam came back. Sam. Oh, wait a minute. Hold. Sam came near. Sam Darnold came there as a backup, not as a starter. It was never in the question. It was never a question of him being a starter. It was never a question of him being a starter. Yes.
Now wait a minute. $300,000 a year.
Right.
Okay. Our backup makes more than the starter.
But he never came there as a starter. Money's not a factor in this.
He could do what Brock Purdy. Money makes everything.
If
Lamar making.
If he did make that type of money,
right?
If Sam Darnold, and no, let me say this: if you're looking at the money, if you're looking at the money part of it, that's a whole different story. Because then I can go back and say that's why Deshaun Watson's going to start next year because he's making all that money. Even if what's the name's better than him right now, he's going to start because he's making all that money. But that's not the same situation in San Francisco because Brock Purdy is proven.
It is the same situation.
How?
It is the same situation, Kev.
How?
Because if Sam Darnold is capable of doing what Brock Purdy's doing right now, making more money, he would be playing right now.
Sam Darnold came there as a backup.
He was a veteran quarterback. He
came back as a backup. There was never a question on him starting.
Making no sense.
It does make sense. Who's starting? Who is starting? No, what I said was Deshaun Watson will start because he's making all that money. Even though if Flacco is better than him, they're going to go with Deshaun Watson. There's other factors.
He's still not starting.
But because he came there as a backup. Yo, guys, come on, stop. Y'all need to stop here.
Bro,
Sam Darnold never came to San Francisco. Sam Darnold never came to San Francisco not thinking. Wait a minute. So you tell Rich, you telling me Sam Darnold came? Wait a minute. You saying to me that Sam Darnold came to San Francisco to be a starter?
He came to San Francisco to compete because they didn't know what Brock was.
They saw what Brock was last year.
They didn't know if he was going to start the season.
Stop. Y'all need to stop. The reason
Purdy ain't nothing.
That's why they got rid of the other quarterback. Yo, y'all can't stay here. First of all, I know too much football. I'm not saying I know more football than y'all, but but Sam Darnold never went to San Francisco to be the starter. He went back there. He went back there to be the backup to Brock Purdy because he knows the system. He knows that system. That's why he's there.
Trey just didn't work out.
Well, but no. The reason why Trey is not there is because they ran a different offense with Trey. And so you're not going to keep Trey there. You're not going to keep Trey there because the offense would be more of a play option run with him, where Brock Purdy's he's a sitting in the pocket quarterback with Sam Darnold sitting in the pocket quarterback.
No, wait a minute. Didn't he 100 yards rushing yesterday? Oh yeah, 49.
Who had 100 yards rushing?
49.
Who had 100 yards?
He didn't. My bad.
Sam Darnold. Sam Darnold came to San Francisco because there was a possibility Brock Purdy was not ready for the season.
He knew when to ran.
Even fun.
Wait a minute. Go ahead, Mo.
Sam Darnold came to San Francisco because there was an opportunity. Because Brock Purdy might not have been ready for week one. So they'd like Sam Darnold. System.
Thank you very much.
Sam Darnold was hoping that he had an opportunity to start game one so he could establish himself to get a better contract. They said Brock was the guy. That's what they traded Trey Lance. So there was no question in Brock Purdy's mind.
Thank you very much.
Well, there was no question about Purdy's mind that he was the starter. What I'm saying is
they came out and said it at the end of the season.
Wait, what you say, Rich?
To take that starting position, and he did not do it. He had every opportunity.
I can't.
Brock was ready before the season started.
I know you're a 49er fan. I know you're a 49er fan, but I can't believe that. I can't believe that.
I mean,
because
interceptions in camp, and they talked about it like he was about to just give it all away this year. Arnold was balling.
But that goes back. But that goes back to my
49er fan.
That goes back to my point again, Rich.
Don't even get into it.
Wait, Rich. That goes back to my point again. Like I said before, Sam Darnold could do the same thing that Brock Purdy doing if he gets the opportunity. I disagree. I disagree. That's why he's there. That's why he's there, because he can run that same offense.
He's there to play backup, just like who's your team?
Huh?
Look, who's your team? Don't even. There's no point in talking to him because Kev's not a hater, but the other guy is.
Nobody's hating. Nobody's hating.
Let me talk for myself on that. No, Kev, let me talk to myself on that.
Okay, go ahead, Mo.
I'm going to speak on the thing that was written back June 26, 2023. Brock Purdy has taken another step forward in his recovery process. It goes on to say, we're hoping for week one, and I feel optimistic about that. Because he's their starter. So that's the daggone thing I've been telling you. It's always been Brock. And I don't have a problem with Brock. I've said that Brock has been the guy since he took him back against Cleveland. And the quarterback. And the kicker missed the kick. And then I asked you a question. The question was, if that is not a catch by IU, if that's an interception, do you feel the same way? Because it should have been an interception. I just can't find the analytics on it. I bet you it's less than a 30% chance for him to catch that ball.
Yeah, it should have been an interception.
That's all I'm saying. It should have been an interception, and it's two interceptions. On his record, and they don't lose.
We're moving on. So congratulations Congratulations, 49.
Brock Purdy can do.
We're moving on from Brock Purdy.
Wait a minute. He just said that's what Brock Purdy can do. He is downgrading IU for that catch and giving it to Brock. That's some BS. That's some BS.
We're moving on. We're moving on. Congratulations to San Francisco 49ers and the Kansas City Chiefs for going to the Super Bowl.
That's hilarious.
Go ahead, Dana.
I just want everybody to know that I'm paying attention that all these guys that got this big money this year did not accomplish nothing. That's all I wanted to say.
And you know what, Dana? That always happens with free agency. When guys in free agency, they get their money, then they back off of being that dominant player they were. And the thing about it is, Lamar Jackson got his money, getting ready to get the MVP. He may not have won the game. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But the thing about if you look at the process or the progress, he goes from playing a playoff game and losing on the road, or not being the number one seed. We're going to being the number one seed, playing at home all the way through the playoffs and to the AFC Championship. So there's steps that he's taking to be that guy. Next year could be the year for the Ravens, because if you look at the game, they beat themselves.
But he did.
Kansas City didn't do anything the second half. They didn't do nothing. No. They scored 17 points. The defense gave up the three. If the defense doesn't give them that 3 points right before halftime, I think you see a different game in the second half. I just think you do. You know what I'm saying? But he's taking steps. He's taking those steps to get to where he needs to be. And sometimes you have to feel the pain before you can feel the joy. You know what I'm saying? And I'm gonna give you an example of that.
How many times does Lamar Jackson have to feel the pain?
This right here, this right here hurt.
You just got to feel the pain.
Yeah, this feel the pain. The pain. This right here.
Wait
a minute. Then we off of Brock Purdy. But Lamar is feeling the pain right now because he had the number one seed at home and they didn't win. He didn't win. So that's the pain he's feeling right now. That's the pain he's feeling. And if you watch the game, he did make some mistakes, but they still had opportunities. They had opportunities to win. You know what I'm saying? They had opportunities to win. Now you take Detroit, for example. All thing he gotta do is just take the points. When you're on the road, you take the points. When you're on the road, you take the points. It's simple as that. That's a known fact. That's a known fact. You take the points. You know what I'm saying? So all thing he learned from that was I ain't going for fourth down no more like I used to. I'm not doing that because that cost my team a playoff game. Going to the Super Bowl, it cost them. You know what I'm saying? So everybody's taking steps to better themselves in any way you look at it. You know what I'm saying? Any way you look at it with the last four teams. You know, somebody got to win, somebody got to lose. Again, in the Super Bowl, I'm not a person that's going to dog Kansas City or San Francisco for being in the Super Bowl because you know what? They're the last two teams. Somebody got to win, somebody got to lose. You know what I'm saying? It's simple as that. It's just that cut and dry. You know, so you can't unless one of them teams get blown out. I'm like, yo, you should let the other team go. You know what I'm saying? That's the way I look at it. If the score be like 55-10, yeah, why you show up? Why you come? Why you bring this type of energy to the Super Bowl game? Because we didn't see those. We seen plenty of those. You know what I'm saying? We want to see a good football team. We want to see. But going forward, guys. So,
Ken.
Yes.
Can I mention real quick about the sporting event I attended this past weekend?
Go ahead, bro.
So, I don't know who watches tennis or who has knowledge about it, but past weekend I went down the road to Ohio State University to watch some men's tennis, and I didn't realize this, but there's actually a 14 tournament going on. 2 day event. They had two matches. One was at
10 a.m. The second one was at 1 p.m. So I got to watch Ohio State play Vanderbilt. Which, if you know people for college tennis, Ohio State is currently #1 in the nation in men's tennis. And that matchup, Ohio State did win 4-0. It was very competitive. I was learning stuff along the way. And tennis is one of those sports I'm kind of lacking with, so I learned the game immediately. And about 15 minutes after the match, I didn't realize this, but the Vanderbilt coaching staff family was sitting beside me. And I actually got to walk up to the assistant coach, DJ Perot, who used to be with the Duke's coaching staff for tennis, and we were together on our pages.
Yeah, I saw that.
And I really appreciate it. Now, the second matchup is what got me. Because we all know what overtime is. Like we know how long it's going to be. It's going to take a few minutes.
Right.
And remind you, all these Ohio State fans are leaving because who's going to watch Oregon versus Boise State? And so I actually was rooting for Boise State because I got plane right outside Boise. And I was the only fan in the stadium. It's only one-sided. Right there, about 2,000 in there. And the Boise team realized I was rooting for them, so they started chanting Boise, and I yelled State. And this match started at 1 o'clock, and it didn't end until 6:30.
The one match?
Wow. Because there's one match on. There's one match left. Because they have 6 courts.
Okay.
With singles competition. And they used free for doubles. The doubles was quick. Singles though was like competitive, but the time length was very long. So we get to the final matchup, and I walk down to the court that they're having this match of that. And we get to the third round. Third round finishes, and then overtime happens. And I'm updating my dad about it because we're both sports nerds and all. And I'm like, I'm wondering how many overtime there's going to be because I'm learning what an overtime means in sentence.
Right.
And because you have to win by 2 points.
Okay. Okay.
And so it got to the point we're at 5 overtimes. And the women's team for Ohio State and Arizona State are waiting to play, but they can't play until that one match is done.
Oh, my goodness.
So I got to the point where they start practicing with each other because there's nothing they can really do. But Boise State, they get the win over Oregon. And after that match, I actually got a photo with some of the players. And both Coach and coach from Boise State. Okay. Both Boise State and Vanderbilt teams messaged me thanking me for supporting them over the weekend.
That's good, man. That's real good. That's real good because I think we all watch tennis, but we don't watch tennis like that. I've never went to a live match. I think my neck would hurt.
Well, I recommend it. And the nice thing was it was free.
Looking at the ball go back and forth, but yeah, I mean, right now I think you got something going on overseas. I know Coco got eliminated not too long ago, but they said she didn't look good anyway in Australia Open. But yeah, that's some good stuff.
What do you think about the Joker losing? That's very shocking in the semifinal.
Oh yeah,
Joker's run's over.
Yeah, that's. Yeah, I think he might be on the other side of the hill because he's struggling right now. I think he's struggling.
Yeah, just done.
All right, real quick, guys, getting back to some more sports. So let me say this: Speaking of Super Bowls, we got Super Bowl 2025 is in New Orleans, 2026 is in Levi Stadium, which 49ers. Next one is 2027 is in SoFi, 2028 is in Detroit, 2029 could be Buffalo, 30 could be Tennessee, and 31 is Jacksonville. The Buffalo is really curious because that means they're probably going to have a dome, right?
Will be a part
and then New York without a dome.
And then New York without a dome.
Well, wait a minute. Doesn't that violate the rules? I mean, you're or else you have to clean up. Doesn't that violate the rules?
Well, they can probably close the dome. They probably gonna open it. They'll be able to open it in some games and close it next game. So, the 2030 and 2031 were up for question. Excuse me, 29, 30, 31 is up for question because if Chicago is a new stadium, which probably will be a dome, they probably be able to hold the Super Bowl as well. I think that seeing our Super Bowl go across the waters is out of the question now. And if you think about it, we're probably going to be, I don't know if we'll all be around, but we'll probably see all teams with domes. Other any teams out west, like San Francisco, don't need a dome because it'll be nice weather. Seattle probably will push for a dome, but I don't know if that'll be a good one. The fans love that outside atmosphere. New England will probably end up with a dome. Cleveland will probably end up with a dome. Cincinnati, Pittsburgh, that's gonna be a hard sell for Pittsburgh fans. You know what I'm saying?
We don't have the capacity. We don't have the capacity of hotel room. That's why we never tried to get the Super Bowl.
We never tried to get the Super Bowl.
So those things, I just foresee those coming forward. Real quick, guys, going forward, these are all the teams that are in last place. You know, we always think about teams in last place and who could possibly get to Super Bowl next year. So these are teams that ended in last. Tell me if you think that they could make it to the Super Bowl next year.
Cincinnati.
Number one.
Cincinnati.
It ain't even. You might as well stop right there.
You might as well stop right there.
Number one will be New England Patriots. Anybody think New England gonna go to Super Bowl next year?
No.
Cincinnati Bengals. Anybody think Cincinnati Bengals can make it to Super Bowl next year?
Yes.
Maybe.
Okay. Tennessee Titans.
No.
Los Angeles Chargers.
Nope.
Maybe. I give them a maybe. They got good players.
Maybe. Washington Commanders.
Maybe.
Nope.
Washington Commanders.
Absolutely. Optimistic.
Chicago Bears.
Nope.
Absolutely not.
Carolina Panthers.
No.
Arizona Cardinals.
Nah.
No.
So we all think Cincinnati Bengals had a chance to make it.
I put the Patriots in there.
Yeah, but you know what, Dana? That's a good choice because again, they have a coach that they want there, and all the free agents basically said we can stay as long as the money's right. We're not going anywhere, and they got cap room. So if they hit free agency really hard, they could be competitive.
About the Patriots.
The Patriots.
Yeah,
the Patriots.
Yeah.
Mac Jones
Patriots. Mac Jones Patriots.
Bailey Zappi.
Well, no,
Bailey Zappi.
He's not going to be there. They're not going to be there.
So what quarterback is going to go there?
I don't know.
They're probably going to. Now I'm going to say this: if I'm New England and I got all this cap room and I'm trying to be another Houston Texans, I go get Russell Wilson. I rock with him.
Why would he go to the Patriots?
I'm just saying because they got a lot of money. They can bring in free agents there if they do it right. You know what I'm saying? They saying that Mayo is a player's coach, and if you got players that was going to leave New England, if he didn't get that job free agent wise, and now they're saying, "Oh, we'll stay."
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying, man. I'm just saying.
Yeah. You want him to be the most hated man ever in Seattle.
Big Russ,
He gonna be the most hated man in Seattle ever.
That's what I'm saying. They take Russ. They take Russ. They take Russ and they draft a quarterback later in the rounds. They groom him to be the quarterback they need him to be.
I got the number 3 pick.
You drafted first round.
Well, I'm just saying. I don't know where the Patriots drafting that, but if they do that, that's fine.
You can't beat them. You go join them, Russell Wilson.
Look, man, if you're trying to
it's
win,
gonna be every joke in the world about Russell Wilson if he go to the Patriots.
Well, we know he won't throw an interception to the Patriots no more.
Yeah, I have a list of free agents this one here.
Nah, we good. I'm just oh man. But we know the quarterbacks they got right now won't be there next year. They might be on the team, but they're not going to get no playing time. I'm telling you right now. They're not getting not near playing time.
Well, after the pretty hater, where is he going there?
Real quick, God, another topic. Matthew posted something in the chat room in the room about your North Carolina Tar Heels and Virginia University Cavaliers maybe going to the Big Ten. I don't know what's going on. I don't know what's going on. No, this is everything. This is everything. If they go, it's everything. Everything. Every sport. But you know what's funny though?
Okay.
You know what's funny though? Because a couple years ago, me and Dana had talked about this on the show where I said, you know what? Why don't you just have the East Coast, but from Mississippi over to the ocean, to the Atlantic Ocean, make a conference, right? Then you do the middle, you do the Midwest, or you do the Central, then you do the Midwest, then you do the West. Why don't you just do that and leave it at that? And that's what it's not coming to that right now because you got USC and you got Oregon and you got Washington and whoever is coming to the Big Ten. Something's going on with the Big Ten. Yeah. They're making some big moves right now in the Big Ten. And if they were to take North Carolina and Virginia out of the ACC, trust and believe me, somebody else is coming with it.
You want to know why they want to do that?
Tell us, Matthew. We all need to know.
So basically, according to Cultural Insider, Greg Swain, the Big Ten is interested in adding North Carolina and Virginia from the Atlantic Coast Conference. Should include in the conference is what they're expecting if the two teams do join. But at the same time, not only this is going for the teams that are usually in the ACC, but if you get these two teams, I expect them to add one more because they're not in the ACC, they are the rest of the programs, and that's Notre Dame.
So who do you think that third team would be?
That third team would be Notre Dame.
Exactly.
Because Notre Dame has a connection with the ACC, but not with football.
Exactly. It's in the making, man.
Good schedule this year.
Who's that? Notre Dame?
Yeah.
No.
Notre Dame's still independent in football.
You talking about football?
We're talking about basketball.
No, ACC.
Basketball, they're in ACC.
ACC. Then basketball, the ACC.
Everything except for football.
Oh, okay, so their football team playing the Big Ten schedule this year.
No. Their football team's independent. They play whoever.
Yeah, everybody except for the. I'm an ACC fan. Don't call me an ACC hater.
Their first season in the ACC, they played the ACC times the schedule. They played like 4 teams in the ACC that year.
But they're not in the ACC.
I think they did that for the Big Ten this year.
Hey, Mo, North Carolina State can come to Big Ten soon.
Nah.
So I'm telling you, something's going on, man. For them,
if USC goes there, NC State's going to the SEC. Yeah. With Florida State and Clemson.
But I'm just saying though, the Big Ten is about to take over football-wise. Period.
But what they're trying to do is, I can tell you what they're trying to do.
Go ahead.
The ACC, the reason that we're running Cal and also Stanford, we wanted to bring up the academic parts. So Notre Dame brings his football into it. That's why. But most of the ACC is mad because now they got to go to Cal or they got to go to Stanford to play basketball or football.
Well, it's only 2 damn games. Excuse my French, but look at USC. Look at USC and Oregon. All them guys. They got to fly across the country almost every 2 weeks to play the teams in Big Ten. So
we are called the Atlantic Coast Conference. And we got 2 California teams.
They should never brought them
It
on
don't
board.
make no sense.
Exactly.
That's UVA and UNC were 2 of the teams that didn't want to do it.
That's probably why they want to leave now.
Yeah, and Florida State is mad about that. But SEC don't want them.
It's easier to fly to Michigan from Virginia than it is to fly all the way across the country.
Exactly.
If Notre Dame does join the Big Ten, it helps with their TV contract because the ACC is fight Notre Dame for football on NBC. Their basketball and stuff's going to be on the CW and ESPN. While if they join the Big Ten, you're still going to be with NBC, but you're going to all these other networks too.
Right. Yeah, I thought that's kind of interesting, guys. I thought that was really interesting. Next up is we're gonna talk about the NBA. All right, I'm gonna say this. I was all in favor of the 65 games at the beginning of the season. You have to play 65 games to get the awards. I'm gonna say this. Yeah. I don't like it now. For some fact, Embiid is playing some of the best basketball out there. Even if they blown, 70 points in one game is crazy, and you win by 10. I'm impressed with the 70, but I'm not impressed by winning by 10 because that's telling me if you got to score 70 points for us to win by 10, something's wrong with our team.
That means your team's sloppy.
So, but the thing about it is though, if Embiid misses any more games, he's going to be outside of that 65 game window, right? So now.
Yeah,
you kind of make the awards watered down because now you got to pick somebody that plays 65 games, right?
Yeah.
And I'm not.
He's sitting to avoid a joker tonight.
Well, no. He is. He really is hurt.
He's avoiding joker.
No, he really is hurt. No, he really is hurt. And you
why? Because his run up and down and get 70 the other game.
No. Something's wrong. Something is wrong with his hip, and he's not. They're not letting on.
They said it's a knee injury.
Knee.
That it be?
Yeah, I know something was wrong with his hip, but now the knee part I didn't know about. I didn't know.
You got knee problems. You got hip problems.
Well, the thing about it
is it's called old age.
It's called old age. When he does 40 straight games.
The thing about it is when you're that big, you're always gonna have knee problems. Look at Shaq. Shaq got that big. Shaq said he got 400 pounds and he couldn't even. He needed a scooter to scoot to the bathroom. He weighed so much. But the thing about it is, when you're that big, you're gonna have weight problems. And that's why he needs to be on a strict diet because that kind of helps him balance that out what he's doing as far as him playing basketball and stuff like that. So and my thing is, he's really playing good basketball. He's really helping the Sixers be above water, right? But the thing about it is, if he misses on a 65 game window. He still should be. I mean, that's not fair to him. I mean, he's really. It's the rule. But he's really hurt. He's really hurt, right? He's not like Kawhi. He's not like Kawhi Leonard. Oh man, I don't feel like playing today, so let's take off. You know what I'm saying?
He took off some games early this season. He wasn't hurt.
But Kawhi Leonard's going to prove a point to the NBA. Yo, I'm gonna play 60. I'm gonna play 67 games. What I'm telling you, it's gonna happen.
No, he gonna play 65. When he hits 65, he's shutting it down.
It's gonna happen, man. And I agree with it at the very beginning because the first thing I'm thinking about the Clippers, right? And how they sit everybody down because of certain games. You know what I'm saying? And how San Antonio sit people down for certain games, things like that. But I just think it's gonna do an injustice to Embiid. Because he always get hurt during the season. His fault or not his fault. Yeah. But the thing about it is, I don't think it's fair to him if he misses out on 65 games and he's doing what he's doing to keep the Sixers above water. Go ahead, Mo.
Newsflash. Ben Simmons is available tonight.
Oh my God.
They didn't say he playing. They just said he available.
That's another one, man.
I think he's saving him. I think he's saving himself for marriage.
He's saving himself for marriage.
Whatever the case may be, because he's that's a different story. But I'm just saying about that.
Garbage.
Another thing about the NBA is like the voting for the players for the All-Star game. Now they have it that the voting for people count, the voting for the players count, and the voting for the coaches count all together for players to play in the NBA All-Star.
I guess what you got to say about that.
I personally, go ahead, Lou. Go ahead. What you got to say?
I think that the general public, I think we have too much power in it. I mean, I think taking like for like a popularity contest, instead of taking the best players, I really don't think that 50% should be among the fans. I think they have to lower that down a bit and give more of the say for the players and the coaches that have more of a say in who gets put into the All-Star game. Because I think it made a lot more honesty in that. Not just for the fans' sake. They didn't take who they like.
I totally agree, because if you guys don't notice, not there's certain nights you can vote for your certain player 3 times. Why would you vote for the same guy? Yeah. That doesn't make any sense to me. And the reason why I'm bringing this up because Jalen Brunson is balling. He got New York balling. But Damian Lillard's gonna start before him? Nah, I don't agree with that. I don't agree with it. Their stats are pretty much the same when it comes. Like Jalen's averaging more points than Damian. He's like I think he's like 11th and Dame's like 13th. They're really close in numbers. But the impact that Jalen, the impact that Jalen has on New York is more.
It's all about money, Kev.
It's all about money, Kev.
And but the thing about it is like,
I'm
gonna give you hope. So I'm gonna say this to you.
Right.
I used to go to All-Star game, All-Star weekend. Like I went like 4 or 5 years in a row. Right, I would go. Right. Only game I could afford to watch was a rookie game. It was out in LA. I'm gonna tell you how far up in the stands I was. I was up there by where the banners are. I could touch the one banner, and they look like ants to me. And the ticket I bought allowed me to have a hot dog, a soda, and some French fries. That's what it allowed me to have, right? So one of my friends who's a Laker fan went to the All-Star game the next day. He paid $999 to sit in the same damn seats that we sat at the game for the rookies. I was like, there's no way a fan can pay that type of money to go to that game.
Dude, it's LA.
Every fan can't pay it. Huh?
Everybody paid in LA.
Man, come on. Ain't nobody paying that much money for
LA,
no
baby.
Yo,
it's LA. It's LA.
Yo,
it's LA.
And you know, and he said to me, he said, Kev, if that was you, would you go? I said, well, if the game was in Boston for $999, I'm not going.
I'm going to an NBA Finals game.
I'm not going. I'm not paying that money for All-Star
Game 7.
I'm not going to do that. You know what I'm saying? But the All-Star game is for those that can afford it, and all the activities go along with it. Someone keep buzzing in. All those that can afford to go to the things. I'm not knocking it at all. I'm not knocking it at all. You know what I'm saying? But I think, like Lou, I think that the players and the coaches should have more say so who starts and who goes.
Absolutely.
And the fans the fans should be able to vote 1 time, not 3 times.
Right.
They should be able to vote. Certain days of the week, the fans are allowed to vote 3 times. That means you can vote over and over again. And over and over
again. Or in the stadium. Dude, it's all about money.
It's all about money.
Now, Kev.
Yeah, go ahead.
The cheapest ticket for this year's All-Star game, nosebleed, almost the top row of the stadium, before tax, it's $1,043.
Come on, man. See what I'm saying?
What?
See what I'm saying? That's ridiculous.
It is.
That's ridiculous. But I get their point. because basically making an all-star team, what it does with you as an individual player, it gives you accolades so that you can get you in the Hall of Fame. I need somebody to tell me, is Jalen Brunson balling out right now? If it weren't for him, the Knicks would not be where we're at right now. And now the thing about it is that Julian Randle is out with a dislocated shoulder. They're playing the Hornets right now. The Hornets is not that good. They're winning 46. They're winning 46 to 43, right? But the thing about it is, though, is his impact on the Knicks is showing since he's been there. Where Damian Lillard, if they don't play no defense, he got the coach fired. You know what I'm saying? And come to find out, supposedly the man's mom had just died or something. And they fired the coach anyway, and they're 30-13. And you fire him. That doesn't make any sense to me. But you make him a starter over Jalen Brunson. I don't agree with it. Damian Lillard can be on the team. It's not gonna hurt Damian Lillard to come off the bench. It's not gonna hurt him not to be considered an all-star. I mean, not considered a Hall of Famer.
Well, why did they say that they fired him?
Oh, they're saying that there was a disconnect between him and the coaching staff. His coaching staff and the players was a disconnect, right? But you're 30-13. Where's the disconnect? Okay. Where's the 30-13? That's just that's like the Sixers. I mean, that's like the Cavaliers fired Black, and they was 40-7 or 40-8 or something like that. They fired him.
Now, even though the Bucks are 32-14, there's probably some players that are like, we're 32-14, but it's a sloppy 32-14. But still, you don't just fire the person because they're winning. You're finding ways to win at that point.
But this is my thing: is Doc Rivers going to be the coach to make them learn how to play defense? What's going to change?
Oh, wasn't Griffin under Doc?
No, Griffin had started underneath Budenholzer. He was underneath Budenholzer. Now he might have been assistant somewhere else.
Yeah, but wasn't Griffin?
He played.
Griffin wasn't under Doc in LA.
No. Only one that was on the Doc. When Doc was with the Clippers, he had Ty Lue. I think Sam Cassell was out there for a little bit. Griffin might have been out there, but I don't know what his role might have been. I really don't know. But I'm just saying though that it leaves a bad taste in your mouth. And supposedly his mom had just passed away or whatever. Yeah. But the thing about it is you're 30-13. The problem ain't the coaching. It's a problem that maybe he don't know how to motivate you to play defense. But what is Doc going to tell you differently that's going to motivate you to play defense? And they're already saying.
The weird thing is, when they hired Doc, because I'm looking at their TV schedule, they had more TV time for them after they hired Doc.
Wow. And the thing
about they're on ESPN, NBA TV, TNT, ESPN again, TNT again, ABC again. There's so many. Well, half their games are on live TV.
And this is the weird thing, though, right, guys?
Yes.
If you think about this, right? There was rumors that Doc Rivers was going to take over the 76. I mean, the Los Angeles Lakers, right? So they overpaid him to go take that job because he was waiting on Ham to be fired because there's rumors about Ham's being fired, and the Lakers are probably sitting teeter-totting right now at 500 right now. If I go look at the record, they might be 1 or 2 games over 500 or under 500. But that's the job rumors what he's waiting on. So they overpaid him to come to Milwaukee, okay, to be the coach for the Milwaukee Bucks.
And you got to think, Milwaukee currently is paying 3 coaches.
Yep, 3 coaches. And Doc Rivers can't beat the Celtics in the playoffs. But that's the coach you bring back. It doesn't make any sense to me. It just doesn't. You know what I'm saying? But again, getting back to the All-Star thing, I just think I'm as a fan, You know what I'm saying? I get it, but again, I'm glad they're going back to the East-West thing. Now, then they got to keep on listening to our show and go to the international against the United States. And I'd be just happy as a kid in the candy store because I told Dana, if it happens, don't be surprised if the international players outplay the NBA players because basically they know how to do everything. The basic stuff. They know how to. They know how to do things the right way.
They won't.
That would be
the international players will make 50 of the USA national team.
Ooh.
USA national team sucks.
I would love to see the international team play together. Like you got all the countries together playing as one, because that would be hard to beat. Because right now, the Olympics are coming up right now, and you still got was it France and France and somebody else.
The Olympics.
France and somebody else.
Germany about to keep that.
They probably can give the United States a run for the money because of all the players they have that plays in the league right now. But I'm just saying, I mean, just spice up a little bit. And they get ready to give the commissioner an extension in the NBA, and I ain't happy with that either because I just it to me, basketball more than any other sport, basketball more than any other sport, in my opinion, has become entertainment and not a sport. When you score 140,
did you hear about Dwight Howard?
What did Dwight Howard do now?
Well, since you mentioned the Olympics, since Dwight didn't make it on the Team USA, he's going to go play for the Philippines. Who cares?
So he became he's
Dwight Howard is a bum.
So Dwight Howard is becoming a Philippine. He
for China.
Morocco. He has taken on their citizenship in the Philippines.
Yeah, so currently plays in their league area, right. And he's trying to gain the citizenship process as a full normalization, not partial, so that he can play on the whole national team when it comes to Olympic time.
I didn't know the Philippines had made the final round in the Olympics. I thought some of the teams got eliminated in the World Games or whatever. But I mean, if that's what you want to do, so be it. I mean, I'm not taking that away from him. He's not playing in the NBA for a reason, and he probably knows why. We don't know why. We can all guesstimate why he's not playing in the NBA. I can guesstimate why he's not playing in the NBA.
Yeah, but I can tell you.
Oh, you know why? Tell us why.
I know why.
We're listening.
Can I tell you?
Yep, go ahead, tell us.
Don't do it.
He's a bum. The juice is loose.
Okay. He
is a bum.
The reason why he's not in the NBA because
he got a problem with bums.
He got a problem with bums.
He got problems.
Other people's bums.
OPB.
Go ahead, you got your moment.
Okay. Dwight Howard has always been and always will be two things. First thing, he's a bum. The second thing is, he looks like Tarzan but plays like Jane. He's soft.
I guess he don't know what else is going
on. He's not totally disagree. He's never been a Hall of Fame.
Oh, he's going to Hall of Fame. Stop.
He'll be the first gay man in the Hall of Fame.
He's going to the Hall of Fame. And now let me say this. He's going to the Hall of Fame, and I'm gonna say this.
He's going to the Hall of Fame.
He should have his number retired in Orlando before Shaq's did. I'm gonna say that.
Right.
I'm gonna say that. I think that's injustice to him, to Dwight Howard. I think that's injustice.
He's not retired yet.
He's not retired yet. Get out of here.
Well, he's not in the NBA no more.
Well, he took himself out.
So let me ask you a question. What did Shaq do when he went to Orlando?
Didn't he go to the finals and lose to
He went to the finals.
Okay, and so what did Dwight Howard do?
Nothing.
They didn't go to the finals with Dwight Howard?
No.
Yeah,
they didn't go to the finals with Dwight Howard.
They did.
They didn't go to the finals with Dwight Howard.
They went to the finals and he won 2 defensive players a year.
Exactly. So he didn't do nothing that Shaq didn't do.
Kobe posterized.
He didn't do nothing that Shaq didn't do. You know what I'm saying?
Well, we're gonna talk about the other players.
Huh?
The other players that were in his bedroom. That's something Shaq ain't did.
Wait a minute. All right, Mo, what did you say? Go ahead, Mo.
We're gonna talk about the players in the bedroom because that's something that Shaq ain't ever did.
I don't know about that.
Okay.
If it ain't got nothing to do with basketball, I don't know nothing about that. But I'm gonna say this though. He needs to have his number retired. Penny needs to have his number retired. And what's the name? The guard from Georgia Tech.
Dennis Scott
Dennis Scott need to have his number retired.
What about Nick Anderson? Mr. Miss 2 free throws.
No. But you know what? So this brings me back to another conversation real quick. We go on into a different spin right this thing. So Michael Irvin made a good point the other day about his number not being retired. He said, when you see 88 on the football field, you think of Michael Irvin, Bryant, and now you talk about C.D. Lamb.
No. Drew Pearson first.
Drew Pearson. I'm just saying. Well, Drew Pearson was before Michael Irvin, but you hear more about Michael Irvin now. I mean, you hear about Michael Irvin and everybody would after Michael Irvin prior to Drew Pearson. And Drew Pearson, he did his thing. He won his titles, did stuff like that. He should be recognized as well. But he had a point that he said, I don't want my number retired. He said, because every time somebody put on 88, they're going to say my name. And he had a point. He had a valid point to that. I totally get that. I totally get that. But at the same token, though,
I agree with it.
At the same token, I want my own number, make my own legacy. At some point in time, that's what I want to do. That's what I want to do. I'm just throwing it out there like that, real quick. So what we got? What we at? We got about 20 some minutes left. So guys, let me ask you a question. We have one coaching vacancy left open, right?
Yes.
And that's the Washington Commanders, right?
That's right.
Okay, so now I'm looking at the list. I can take my list down because he didn't go to the Chargers.
All right.
Matthew list come down because he didn't go to the Raiders. Mo, you had the Bears and something. Curry had Atlanta.
Who?
They had Eric. Then you had Eric Washington. What was he for? To go where?
Who?
Eric Washington.
Eric Washington.
Yeah, you had his name for something. What was that for? Was it for coaching somewhere?
Man, that's from 1976.
For Buffalo, coordinator. The coach, the offensive coordinator for the Lions going to Washington.
Okay, so when we
never said Eric Bieniemy.
The only one that's still up here. Only one still up here is who said Bobby Slavic? That was you, Mo, right?
Yeah,
or Dana. That was you.
Yeah,
so
that was me.
See something because he's in the running for that right now. Even though football, what Mo said, the Lions will win the division and win a playoff game, which they did do. So we're gonna bring that down because I gotta go. Lou said something about Cleveland Cowboys.
Watch that come down. That should be straight.
That should be
straight frame.
No. I got something for it, man. Just let me do my thing. Denver, Arizona got the #1 pick. That didn't happen. Carolina had it, so they're not getting that. Curry had Atlanta and Tampa Bay. That didn't happen. Mo, you had the Bears. Me, you had the Bears and Bears for something. Who did we have the Bears?
I think that was first pick.
All right.
Okay, so the Bears got the first pick.
Yeah.
Mo, you had Tampa and Cleveland, and we were talking about oh, this was Belichick too. Remember we were talking about Belichick?
That was Belichick. Yeah, that was Belichick.
So let me ask you guys a question. Belichick seemed like he was the guy for the Atlanta Falcons, but it didn't happen. Why do y'all think that he's been overlooked right now? And it's a good possibility 2024 season coming in, 25 season, he might be a coach that may be getting a team. We're gonna go with Mo first. Mo, what's your thoughts? What's your thoughts, Mo?
I'm going with the same people, the same reason that people said about Howard. Cause he a bum.
Huh?
He a bum without Tom Brady. I don't care what anybody says. Look at his record. He has a losing record without Tom Brady. He's carried it. And he want all this control. Get out of here with that.
So okay. So you're saying it's control that he wants?
No, and he's a terrible coach.
Okay. No, I'm saying if so you think that he went to Atlanta and said, look, I want to be the GM and the head coach at the same time. Do you think that conversation was had?
Probably.
Okay, that's fine.
Probably.
Lou, what's your thoughts, Lou?
But he gets that from his guy. He gets it from Parcells.
Okay. Go ahead, Lou.
Because Belichick, has found a formula for teams to win. I mean, before he came on the ring, was nothing before they were on Tom Brady. When he was doing the powerhouse, it's exactly what Atlanta needs. They have not been the same since the ultimate choke in the Super Bowl. I think, with his experience and team chemistry he has, I think he can turn Atlanta into a winning team.
So
let me on the first year, I think he'll be done.
So let me ask you a question though. They got their coach. They have a coach now, but why you think that Atlanta didn't go towards Belichick? Because they gave him a second interview. Why you think? Wait. Everybody gonna get a chance. You said a mistake.
That's a mistake.
Okay.
Can I answer that?
Wait. Matthew, what's your thoughts?
I feel like I agree with control because earlier in the week, when I seen the hire happen, there were mentions of Belichick wanting ownership, like after the fact, and then at the same time, while he's a coach, he has like control of like the draft picks and all. But with him and his, I don't know how well his knowledge is, but I don't believe he won't get along with like the younger players on the field. Like he will, but not as like your younger NFL coach.
Okay. I got a question for that though. I'm bringing back a question for you on that one. All right. Rich, why you think that Atlanta didn't go with Belichick?
What about Tom?
What'd you say? Rich, you still out there? Is Rich out there?
I'm still out here.
No, I'm looking for Rich right now. Rich, you out there? I don't see Rich. All right, Tom, what you got for me? Tell me, Tom, why you think?
So, because control. Belichick will want control, and then having all those people that have been there, will he fire them or hire the people he wants?
Okay. All right.
He's going to bring in his folks, And all those people that were there last year are going to be gone.
Okay.
We
got somebody from Winston-Salem. Who's that on the line? I just noticed them. Winston-Salem, you're on the line. Who we got? Okay. I guess we'll listen in.
Hey, Rick.
Okay, Curry, how you doing? Question for you. Why do you think that the Atlanta Falcons didn't go with Bill Belichick as their coach? I don't know why I want to keep calling him Brian.
Because his son's name, Brian.
I know.
Well, I think he didn't go to. I told you before. The dude's 71 years old. And he don't have time to go rebuild a team. And Carolina, not Carolina, but Atlanta is not a ready to win team. They just happen to be in one of those divisions that nobody really wants the division.
Okay,
but,
so let me
his best shot would have been the Chargers.
So let me ask you this question though. If age was a factor, why do you think he ended up with a second interview?
Heard it from the interview.
Okay. So Matthew brought up something about young players. If you think about this, think about the aura of the New England Patriots. You don't see them guys in no social medias. You don't see them guys doing no podcasts. You don't see them doing none of that stuff. It's all about football for them, right? I think that one of the issues is that he could not probably relate to younger players. But I'm gonna say this though, on the backside of this, even though you can still be the head coach, right? And the only person you really got to communicate with is the quarterback, for real. If you really think about it, you got your offensive coordinator, your defensive coordinator, and you're the head coach, right? So the head coach is going to, depending on if you're offensive or defensive coordinator, but we know he's what defense. He's the defensive coordinator. Belichick was defense, more or less, right? Okay, but he's still gonna talk to the quarterback. So he don't really have to interact with anybody else on that team other than the quarterback, for real, right? So if he does have a younger team, he don't have to he's not dealing with them, because you got an offensive coordinator, you got defensive coordinator, you got wide receiver coach, you got a linebacker coach, you got running back coach. He lets them deal with it. They come back and say, okay, coach, we got this guy gonna start, this guy gonna start, this guy gonna start. And if he fumbles the ball, he's like, yo, put somebody else in, right? It's simple as that.
Yeah.
Then that's called managing your team, okay? But I think the age group, like Matthew said, I think it has a lot to do with why he's not there. Because Atlanta is a fast-paced, run-of-the-mill city. Them guys, football players, are doing everything. They're playing football. They're doing podcasts. They're doing movies. They're doing all kind of craziness. So football may not be some of their main priorities, even though that pays that butters their bread at the end of the day, right? But again, being 71 years old, he's already in who he is. He's going to be who he is. That's why I thought the Charger would have been a great fit for him. But they went in a whole different direction with the Chargers, right? So the only things left out there is the Commanders. We know he's not going to take the Commander job because, like Curry said, he doesn't want to start over again, right? Nope. So what team going forward could be on the hot seat next year in the NFL? I'm going to say this. Go back to
it. Detroit.
Buffalo could be on the hot seat in that division. He won't go to the Jets.
Detroit.
I think everybody in the AFC North is good right now. I don't think nobody can leave.
No.
Who you think?
So
who you think is
two teams?
What teams?
Cleveland.
Nah, he's good. He's good.
And one team, the coach hasn't got an extension yet.
Who what coach didn't?
Tomlin.
Well, I was gonna bring Pittsburgh up.
I don't want him there, but the Steelers fans want it.
I was gonna bring Pittsburgh. I was gonna bring Pittsburgh up. I was gonna say, but I was gonna say, but Tomlin said so. Now this thing about it is now they said a week ago that Tomlin was gonna get a contract extension, or maybe 2 weeks ago.
I ain't heard anything about it yet.
It hasn't happened yet. So what's going on there? So Pittsburgh could be a team. AFC South, Jacksonville Jaguars, I think could be a spot for him. I don't think Doug Peterson is going to be around next year. For some fact, he blew this season. He's 9-8. He's 9-8. They should have won it. I should have won that division hands down because they had the most talented team, in that division, and they poo-pooed that division.
The quarterback was hurt. The quarterback was hurt. For the last 4 games.
That's why you have a backup.
That's why you have a overpaid backup.
So, because you can't, Mo. I'm gonna say this. You can't say that no more. After Cleveland have like 4 quarterbacks and they still make the playoffs, you can't use that excuse no more.
We had 3. But Dales was playing.
Well, that's what I'm saying. So you got to throw that out. You got to throw that out the window. You can't use the backup quarterback no more. Can the AFC West? Everybody say
it's the one that he didn't.
Dallas
Cowboys. If Purdy loses the Super Bowl,
Dallas Cowboys.
The coach will be fired.
Dallas Cowboys. Philadelphia Eagles.
Possibly.
New York Giants.
Can you tell the dude we haven't even got to the NFL West yet?
NFC.
We ain't even got there yet.
NFC North. I don't see nobody going nowhere. Detroit ain't going nowhere. Green Bay definitely. Yeah. Minnesota, maybe Minnesota.
Chicago.
Minnesota. Maybe.
Well, thing about it is with Chicago, if you keep Bruce here, then what's the purpose of firing him? You know what I'm saying? When you could have got Belichick this year.
So I think they're going to try and trade. I think they're going to try and trade. I think they're going to keep Justin Fields and trade for the 3rd pick and let New England go up and get Caleb Williams.
Nah, they're in love with Williams from what I'm reading.
Hey, I'll call her right now.
They're in love. Wait. No, let's finish out. Let's finish out. NFC South, Tampa Bay, New Orleans, Atlanta. And Carolina got new coaches, so Tampa could be, Saints could be. NFC West, he ain't going to San Francisco. He's not going to the Rams. Seattle's getting a new coach.
Well, they lose the Super Bowl.
Arizona, they got the coach there. So there's only a few places that he actually could go. We know he didn't have. We know that he kind of told Dallas, I don't want that. That's a circus out there. I really don't want to go there. That's what took them so long to make the announcement that they were going to keep McCarthy, but they didn't give McCarthy a contract extension, right?
Nope.
So I say the AFC. I'm gonna say, if the job comes open, I think he goes to Buffalo. Matthew, you got something to say?
You forgot Arizona.
Yeah. So Belichick, for some reason, he doesn't find a job this year. I think he'll do 1 year of TV with Nick Saban.
I think he's too. I think he's too bland.
Because that has been mentioned now as of today.
I know, but I think he's too bland for football.
But where? What are you
like you'll say you'll be off for 1 year. He'll get hired from their team the next season.
They'd be like asking him a question about something. He's like, well, I'm looking forward to the next game or the next. He doesn't seem like he could be an analyst for football. But I just think he's
funny. It would be funny to have him and Tom Brady together. I would watch that.
Oh my God.
I would watch that.
So I got Bill going to the Bill. I got Bill going to the Bills if it's open. Mo, where you got him going to next year if it's open?
If it's open,
Cleveland.
Going back.
He's not. I'm telling you right now, he's not going back to Cleveland. Cleveland's not going to fire my man.
Yeah.
Especially if he get coach of the year,
paying Deshaun Watson all that money and going back and being 5-12.
That's not the coach's fault. That's the GM. Now, if you want to fire somebody,
5-12. Y'all going 5-12 next year.
Curry, where you see him going?
Huh? To the couch.
Hey, I just want to say, can I say this to the guy that keeps calling me a San Francisco hater? Nah, I'm a Cleveland Browns hater. Hey, no, I hate both Cleveland Browns in my division.
You could have fooled me.
Both of them.
Lou, where you think he going?
Yeah.
Where do you think he's going if the job come open next year?
Yeah, I have to agree with your thunder too. I know he's not going to Cleveland, that's for sure.
So where do you think he's going? You said the Bills. Did you say you agree with me?
I think both of those.
Okay. Matthew, where do you think he's going?
You know, I'm going to throw a curveball at you. There's one head coach that's going to be on the hot seat. It ain't going to be, obviously, after this season. They give him a warning, but I feel like after this next season, Belichick's the Jets.
Ooh, I don't think he will. I don't think he will coach the Jets.
No.
Well, I think he will. I think Aaron will move it.
No, after he was hired for 1 day and quit, I don't think the Jets would ever take him.
Like, they'll give him a 2-year contract. Aaron gets 1 more year left.
Okay.
They both retire at the same year.
Okay. Tom?
Never happened.
Where you got him going to?
No, I agree with you, Kev.
To the Bills?
I think if Buffalo's open, he'll go.
I got L, long shot.
And I think
Steelers.
And can I just say one more thing and then I'm out?
Sure.
If Brock Purdy wins the Super Bowl, what's the narrative then?
Let me ask you another question. If the defense wins the Super Bowl for 49ers, what would be the narrative?
That Brock Purdy won the Super Bowl.
Exactly. So Brock Purdy wins the Super Bowl.
What about if Brock Purdy throws? Let's do this. Let's do this. Brock Purdy throws 4 touchdowns. And y'all lose the Super Bowl. What's the narrative then?
Can I just get a minute?
Go ahead. You got your minute.
If he wins the Super Bowl, what's the narrative then? Is it because the defense won? Or he made some throws? Or McCaffrey had a good game? But nobody's going to say, oh, Brock Purdy had a hell of a game.
I'm going to put it to you like this. I'm going to put it to you like this. If San Francisco wins the Super Bowl, he doesn't get the MVP, then what's going to be the narrative?
Well, that means that CMC had a good game.
Okay. I'm just saying.
But my point is, though, Kev, the man gets no respect for his accomplishments and what he's done.
He does get
what he led the team to.
He does get it, right? But Tom, Tom, he does get it, right? But you got to realize there were 3 games during the season where he didn't do what he's supposed to have done. He did not win games that he should have won.
Okay, so we have 3 bad games. 3 bad games. That's career, those 3 games?
No, that's not his whole career, but that shows us that that when he has all his weapons, which any team, and when you have all your weapons, then you're going to be good. You should be good. When you don't have your weapons, and you still win.
Lamar yesterday.
When you don't have your weapons, we're not talking about Lamar. We're talking about Purdy right now. When you don't have your weapons, you don't win, then that says you can't step up. You have to be the guy to step up and say, "Yo, I'm gonna put this team on my back and let's do it this way. Let's do it. Let's win this regardless of who I have on offense, regardless of who we have on defense."
So they go 12-5. They go 12-5. Number 1 seed. He's in the top 5 of all statistic categories, and he's being judged on 3 games that he lost.
No, I'm not. What you're not listening to what I'm saying.
Right here?
Can I answer this right here? Can I answer this?
I heard what you said.
When your running back is a bigger MVP candidate than your quarterback, that means your running back is better than your quarterback. Just leave it alone, man. You can't win that argument.
I didn't hear what he said.
He said that the running back is more of an MVP than the quarterback. Do you agree with that?
Okay.
Do you agree with that?
Oh, of course.
Okay,
He's the best running back in the league.
So that's the same thing. That's the same thing I'm saying. I didn't use his scenario. I didn't use his narrative of what he just said. I just said I'm going off the 3 games they lost, right? Well, the field goal kicker missed the field goal.
It was not the 12 that they won.
But he had all his pieces. Again, my point is that when you have all your tools in the toolbox, your house is going to be perfect. If you miss a screwdriver, how you going to screw that? How you going to put the screw in there? You got every five.
So with your analogy, then, so he wins the Super Bowl, he gets MVP, but he lost 3 games because he didn't have all his weapons.
No. That he still lost 3 games.
That's his career.
He's still no. That's not his career. You make it. It's not, you can't even add career into it because he's not done playing yet. He's not done playing yet. So you can't put that in a career form. You can put it in 1 year form, right? If teams want to beat San Francisco, only thing they gotta do is run the football. That's all they gotta do is run the football.
So with your analogy, then
Detroit didn't do that in the second half.
Kansas City lost.
Say it again.
So in your analogy, the games that Kansas City lost, the same thing. They didn't have all their weapons.
Oh, they had their weapons. They just couldn't.
Excuse me.
They couldn't catch the ball. They couldn't catch the ball. Patrick Mahomes can't throw the ball and catch it at the same time.
They had all their weapons though.
But they have the worst. They have the most drop passes in the NFL. They have the most drop passes in the NFL.
They had all their personnel.
But it's a different.
And they're in the Super Bowl with you.
But you're changing the scenario here because I'm saying to you, they had all their. No, it's not. No, it's not. They had all their weapons, right? But they had the most drop passes.
And they still lost.
They don't have another MVP candidate in the backyard, in their backfield.
What you're missing is that the only player on that team that's in the MVP race is Patrick Mahomes. Nobody else. On San Francisco 49ers, you have McCaffrey, who's probably ahead of Cafferty and Debo might be in there somewhere. He might be in the top 10, maybe MVP.
No.
Because when he not playing,
you're not in MVP race.
I said in the top, at least top 10. He got to be in the top. He has to be in the top 10. He has to be in the top 10 because without him,
I don't agree with that.
I'm just saying, as far as the value of the team, when if he's not playing, y'all ain't winning.
Okay, so then you got Mahomes and Kelsey.
No, Kelsey is not no MVP. No.
I agree with him, Kev. He's just as good as Debo and MVP race. He's probably ahead of Debo. But McCaffrey is above everybody. Even above Mahomes.
I'm saying that Debo's value is higher on the point. If Debo don't play, San Francisco doesn't win.
Just stop, Kev. Don't go there. You digging yourself a hole. Because you take Kelsey off that team, Mahomes has nothing.
I'm not saying that. I'm not comparing Kansas City to this. I'm just saying with the 49ers, you take Debo off the team, they don't win. 3 games y'all played, he didn't play, y'all lost.
That's because they can key in on McCaffrey. Brock beat them.
But they got another wide receiver out there. They got Jennings and they got IU, right?
You know the guy who actually made the catch.
Amazing. You take Kelsey, and the thing about it is Kelsey played the whole season and they still had the most drops in all NFL history on their team. So Kelsey still on the team, they still had drops, right? They still had drops.
They still won.
I'm not disputing that. What I'm disputing is this right here. If you put Debo, McCarthy, and Ayuk on Kansas City, they're unstoppable. They're unstoppable. You give Patrick Mahomes that type of weapons, they're unstoppable. They're averaging 35 points a game. Nobody's touching them. Right. Nobody's touching them, right? But what I'm saying to you is right here, and I'm judging him because he was in the MVP race up until that point where he lost 3 games in a row. In 3 games in a row, he maybe have 10 interceptions right now, and the most interceptions he threw was in those 3 games because he didn't have his weapons. But if you're going to be, if you're going to be in the MVP race, you have to uplift your team to that next level, right? That's what I'm saying. They didn't
How many games did Lamar lose?
What they 13-4? And they lost 2 games in the division.
Lost 4.
They lost 2 games. They lost to Cleveland and they lost to Pittsburgh in the division. And
2 games. No, they lost twice to Pittsburgh.
Oh, so they lost to Pittsburgh twice. That's lost to Pittsburgh twice and lost to Cleveland. That's 3, and they had another loss.
In San Francisco with Brock Purdy. I gotta go. I gotta put my son to bed on that note.
Oh yes, it's time. I'm sorry. Wait a minute.
It started at 6:45.
Oh man, what is my? Oh, I forgot. Yo, I'm sorry. I forgot you started late. I started live. I'm sorry. I apologize. But we good. All right, guys. Real quick, Mo, who you going for in Super Bowl? Don't say
definitely not the 49ers.
Why are you not going for the 49ers?
Because I don't want them to get 6.
Okay, that's
but
good.
I'm not a Brock Purdy hater.
Okay.
Lou, who you going for in the Super Bowl?
It's a tough one here because there's going to be both games. But I think the Chiefs are going to take it.
Okay.
Quite margin.
Okay. Matthew, who you got?
Well, I got 2 predictions in the Super Bowl. I got the Chiefs winning, and then 2 after the Chiefs win. Travis Kelce gonna have himself a table ship as his wife.
Yeah.
Kerry, who you got winning?
Chiefs. I got the Chiefs.
Dana, who you got winning?
The Taylor Swift.
Who you say, Dana?
The Taylor Swifts.
Oh my God.
Dana, you gonna shake it off?
I forgot you was on the line. Dana, I forgot you was on the line. Hey, Dana, who you got Bill Belichick coaching next year for if a job comes open?
I got Bill Belichick taking the next 2 years off. Because nobody wants him.
Okay.
I'll wait for you to call me The Cowboys and Eagles turning down at the same time.
Okay.
He's not with the young players no more.
Okay, and I can agree with that. Tom, what you got the 49ers winning by?
For me?
Yeah.
Well, I got. You said 49ers.
Yeah.
No, hold on. I didn't say anything. I'm about to say something.
All right, Tom, go ahead.
So, my heart wants San Francisco to win.
Okay.
But they can't stop the run, like you said. And they're going to run the ball all over them, like Detroit did. If they get behind, the game's over.
Okay.
So in my heart, I want San Fran to win, but I'm being, realistic here. Kansas City's the better team.
You got a score?
Ooh, I would say 35-17.
Ooh. Okay. I'm put that up on the board here. Dana, you still got your Slavic up here for head coach for Commanders. They still don't have an open job. I think San Francisco has what it takes to win this game. They got one of the best running backs in the NFL. This long as Brock doesn't turn the ball over, I think they'll be fine. I got San Fran winning this thing. Kansas City has been more lucky than good this whole season. If you think about the game against Ravens, they didn't score any points the whole second half. Ravens had opportunities. They blew them by penalties or fumbles or whatever. I think that luck runs out. I think San Francisco wins this game. I'm gonna say 27-20. Yes, Curry.
You said that Kansas City's been lucky. Didn't beat Green Bay?
Yeah, and I'm gonna say this.
Wasn't they down 20? Wasn't they down big in the Detroit game?
Yes.
Okay. Who's lucky?
What I'm saying though is that what I mean by like
you saying they lucky?
No, what I'm saying to you is that like with San Francisco, that pass was lucky. He caught the pass, scored a touchdown, right? So but they had to go play defense, right? So they did enough to win the game. With Kansas City and Baltimore, that the drive right before halftime is what hurt Baltimore more than anything else. They allowed them to kick that field goal, was put them up 17-10. 17-7. What hurt them more than anything else was the penalties that was called during that drive, the penalties that Flowers did when he taunted him right there at the goal line. Because if he don't do that, Baltimore scores, and I think Baltimore wins the game 23-17. That's what I mean by luck. Well, no, but I'm saying, but I consider that kind of luck in a sense because and this is what I mean by them taking steps to be better next year than they were this year. Because I don't expect to see Baltimore making those same mistakes next year with the penalties and things of that nature. Because the penalties is what caused the field goal to happen. The penalties caused them not to score that touchdown, and then the turnover, the fumble, which was a great play on Kansas City side, and then the interception. So that's what I'm saying. I think that with those penalties before halftime, if that doesn't happen, I think Baltimore still ends up winning that game. But I think that, and then a lot with the play calling, I was really disappointed in the play calling in the second half, where Jackson didn't run a lot, and then Matthew even made a comment that he said he was afraid to get hit by those guys, by Kansas City players, which they were out there hitting. They definitely was hitting. They was cracking. You know what I'm saying? And that might have something to do with it. But again, if his feet got you to that point, allow his feet to get you to the next point where you where you're in the Super Bowl. You know what I'm saying? and he has an opportunity to showcase who he really is. And I think the play calling in the second half was terrible. Was not that good for me on Baltimore side of the ball. That's all. That's what I meant. I didn't really mean luck. But I'm just saying that's the way I look at it. You know. But again, if you really look at both San Francisco and Kansas City, they didn't really play the smoothest football getting to the Super Bowl. They all struggle. If Green Bay takes the points like he should, then we talking about Green Bay going to Detroit, right? If Detroit takes the points that are going for the fourth downs, then we're talking about Detroit in the Super Bowl and not Green Bay. I mean, not San Francisco. And that's the part that kills me is that when you're on the road, you take the points because you're on the road. The most defined feat is to be at home. I mean, to be on the road, go for a 4th and 1 and don't get it. And now you got the crowd in your ear. You got the offense is pumped up, and now they go down and score. Well, you had 3 points. Now you're the 3. If you kick your 3 points and they still score, now that's 4 points. That's a 4-point play. 4 points for the offense. But if you don't get nothing out of it all, then that's 7 points. Now you do have to go down and score a touchdown. You know what I'm saying? So that's the thing that I hopefully Campbell realized and the coach from Green Bay realized. On 4th downs, you kick the field goal when you're on the road. If you're at home, that's a different story. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying that's the way I would look at it. You know what I'm saying? And hopefully Campbell looks at it the same way going forward next season because Detroit plays, they're the number 1 seed. I mean, they won the division, so their schedule is going to be tough. And like I said before, Detroit they have the 11th toughest schedule out of the top 10. And you have about 3 or 4 guys. You have 3 teams that are 8, which is New England, Jacksonville, and Vegas, all tied for 8. And you got Buffalo and the Giants tied for 6. And you got Green Bay and Houston tied for 4. Number 1, you have Cleveland. Number 2, you have Baltimore. Number 3, you have Pittsburgh. They had the 3 toughest schedules going forward. So Detroit's at 11, which is kind of good for them because their division is not that tough. The only thing they really got to worry about is Green Bay. They got to worry about Tampa. I mean, not Tampa. Who's Tampa in the division? No. Where are we at here with the division? They got Detroit, Green Bay, Minnesota, Chicago. They really have to worry about Minnesota, Chicago. You know what I'm saying? Because Detroit, Green Bay is, Chicago's in a rebuild stage if they get rid of the quarterback or not. Minnesota doesn't know who the quarterback's going to be going forward next year, if Kirk Cousins is going to be there or if Kirk Cousins is going to be somewhere else. So there's some questions that need to be asked. So that division is up for Detroit and Green Bay to win or lose it. You know what I'm saying? So I think that's why their schedule is like at 11. But the thing about it is, I didn't look at their full schedule, and I don't know what division they play, and how many games they may play out in the climate. That has a determination on wins or losses too. Because when you're a team that play indoors, you tend to see not to want to play outdoors, especially in the cold weather. So that's all I was saying, Curry. That's all I was saying. But if you think about it, if you look at San Francisco and you look at Kansas City, they both got their own ugly wins. So both of them gonna come into Super Bowl with ugly wins. One of them got to come out with a win. It's simple as that. And I just think San Francisco has more on the offensive side of the ball than Kansas City. Now, is Kansas City's defense good? Now, the defensive lineman to his ACL, so he's out for the season. So now how are they gonna make up for him? Is the big thing right there. So that's why I'm saying I kind of get the edge to San Francisco. You know, some people may agree, some people may not. But I'm just saying I'm leaning to San Francisco. Even though I don't like San Francisco, I don't want to see San Francisco win nothing. Because I'm a Rams fan. I'd rather see Kansas City win and deal with Kansas City fans. Because I ain't got a bunch of them around here, but I got a whole bunch of 49er fans around here. Bandwagon jumpers, I swear, they just come out the woodworks like roaches. But anyway, guys, that's the end of my show. We're a little bit over because I pushed the go live a little bit like 10 minutes after the show started, so I apologize for that. But anyway, man, we had a great show tonight. Hopefully next Monday we'll get a chance to see you guys again. Talk a little bit more NBA than we did today, and see what thing in 2 weeks we got the Super Bowl. And going forward with the Super Bowl, and this is weird because, and I think the Super Bowl, if it's going to be in 2027, is going to be on February the 14th. So that's letting you know that the NFL plans on adding another game to the schedule. So that's just heads up, guys. But again, thank everybody for hanging in with me tonight. We had a good show. Let's keep up the good work. Let's keep on doing what we're doing, having fun like we're having, enjoying each other's company, and just talking sports. I mean, it's been a blast. It's been so much fun. Just talking what we talk about, man. Dana, thank you.
I'm back.
Hey man, I apologize for that. I really do apologize. That's why you need. I did honestly, but that's why you need to get a computer so we can FaceTime each other. So me, you, and you and Mo can be on the game on at the same time. All right. You guys take care. Hey, Curry. Before I let you go, Curry, you still out there?
I think he was.
Okay, I wanted to ask him about North Carolina moving to the Big Ten, but he's not there no more. All right, guys, you guys take care, man, and y'all have a good weekend. Good week. Sorry.
Thank you for listening to the Just Us Sports Talk Show. You have been entertained in the sports world by K. Dix from Harrisburg, Pennsylvania, the small city with a large heart, Dana the Hater Clark from St. Petersburg, Florida, and Murray E. Baskerville from Gotta Be More Careful, Baltimore, Maryland. Remember, we throw stones and we do live in glass houses. Big-time players make big-time plays and big-time games. Stay ready. Be ready. You have been listening to a Zone Sports Talk Radio production. Remember, you can hear us again on star107fm.com on Saturdays from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Be sure to download the Try 99 TV app on any smart device and subscribe to In the Zone Sports Talk Television. The cost is $4.95. Thank you in advance for your support.